Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new vehicle in the shop. This is the 2019 Ford F-150. It has 197,000 miles. We are going to be doing a full brake replacement on the front and the rear, and I'll be guiding through all of these steps on how we do it. And this does has the 2.7 Ecoboost V6 in there. And then the replacement brakes are by Replacement. They make really good quality brakes, just as good as the factory ones. And then one thing I would like to mention is don't put low quality brakes, especially like the AutoZone and O'Reilly type. That will actually scratch the rotor and then make the vehicle start vibrating once you're braking. So either go for the factory option or always go for like high quality ones like Ray-Bestos, Brembos, and stuff like that. Alright guys, so first we're gonna start by loosening our lug nuts. And then always go in a star pattern once you're doing this. So if I'm gonna loosen this one up, do this one next, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Once we have it loosened up, then I will put on the jack and lift the vehicle, because of course this is a rear-wheel drive only. If I lift it up before, it'll be a hard time for me to actually keep like the wheel from not moving, or I'll have to like go in, have someone hold the brake pedal for me. So it's easier just have the nuts loosened up before lifting the vehicle. Okay, so if you're wondering what size are these lug nuts, both of them will work 22 and 21. 21 like this is in a really snug fit. 22 is it will also work but be a little bit loose like this. So it just depends which one you want to use, 22 or 21. Of course, you can also use a big torque ratchet or also use an impact wrench. Hey guys, so we are using this 3-ton shop jack. We got it right over there, as you can see through the camera. And then also, safety is first. Once you're lifting it up, don't just rely on these jacks. They like tend to do slowly come down, so always use a jack stand as well, just to be safe. Okay, so we have our tire removed now, and here's our 2 brakes. And then we do have 2 screws for our brake calipers, one right over here and one right over here. We have the 2 nuts moved, and then now all of this brake caliper should just pop right out like this. There you go, we have our both brake pads out. And now what we're gonna do is basically just like compress the two cylinders, which basically just like compress them all the way in. That way, once we're installing the new brake pads, they will like fit right in. If we like don't do this procedure, once we're installing it, the new brake pads, which are basically new, they have not worn out at all, won't really fit in because your like brake cylinders are actually out. So that's why we do have to use this clamp to push those cylinders all the way in. On the back here is our new brakes. These were the old ones. As you can see, they're like pretty badly worn out. And then we also do get new clips with the new brake pads, which they'll be going in just like this. Remove the old ones out and then use the new ones that come with the new brake pads. They should just like simply just plug in like this. You will like hear a snap. It means you're good to go. And then now our new brake pads simply just plug into the clips and we're good to go on one side. Now same thing for the rear brake pads. Move the old clips, put in the new clips, put in the new brake pads. They're like really simple. I would just like recommend do these kind of brake jobs at home. You will also save you money, and it's also something that you may probably do enjoying, because we are charging this customer around 400, and then let's say he was to go outside to do it, they were charging him 600. So you can see a clear difference. Even though we're mobile mechanics, we still do have a reasonable price, but I would just recommend do everything yourself, especially like brake pads, oil change. They're like really easy, really straightforward to do. So we have both brake pads in, and then also for those top nuts, please always do lubricate them properly with brake grease. If you don't, it will like kind of just like not make it that smooth motion once you're braking, causing the vehicle to vibrate and also shake. So as we're doing right now, putting some grease in there to lubricate those properly. And then also once we're reinstalling the brake caliper, here we have our brake fluid line. Be sure it's straight, don't twist it too much. If it's twisted, untwist it and put it back on. If you don't, it will like mess up with how the brake fluid is reaching the brakes to brake properly. So I'll always make sure that it's going straight like how we have it right now. Now we have everything back together. Now I'm just gonna tighten up those 2 bolts. Okay, and then one other advice I would like to share is every time any type of vehicle, any type of make, once you're just tightening any type of bolts, always first tighten them up using your bare hands. Don't use an impact wrench, put it in and put it on, because like let's say you don't have it properly threaded on. Once you use an impact wrench, first of all, it's going to also damage the threading inside the housing and then also on the bolt itself. Right, so we have everything installed up, and the only thing left is to put the wheel back on and then tighten up the lug nuts. So now we're going to start in the rear. We did both of the front brakes, and then if you're wondering, this does have the electronic parking brakes. How do you actually like retract these parking brakes in? I will like link a video down below which I did made a year ago, because I also did the same thing on a like a Navigator. So I will like post that video down. Go check that out. That will like give you a little bit more information on like how we do this. But you do have to follow instructions. It's not that complex. We like really don't have to use any like special type of tool. It's just like a system that like Ford made. We just follow the instructions and you're good to go. And then if you're wondering where I put the jack in the back, there you go. Okay, so for these, in the rear ones, what I did with the screwdriver was just like push that piston back. That way, once I put in the new brake pads, it wouldn't be an issue. So, and then here's our old brake pads. They were almost basically just out. It was just completely out. And now we're gonna remove the clips, just like the front, but these ones are a little bit different. These old ones just pop right out if you're using a screwdriver, and then the new ones just put them in, push them in until you hear a snap. And it'll just click into place, then you're good to go. And then now our new brake pads should fit on the top and the bottom, and then slides right through. And then for comparison, these are the new ones, and then this was the old one. And the same thing for the rear brake pad. There you go. Both brake pads are securely fit. And then also, just like the front, we do have to lubricate those bolts that go right over there. And now our brake caliper, including our parking brake motor, should fit right in. And then we have the same exact 2 bolts that we installed earlier. And tighten those bolts on before using an impact wrench. Okay guys, so we have replaced the front and the rear brakes. This vehicle is now good to go. And then once again, if you guys do need any type of mobile mechanic work, we are locally here in the Dallas area. So please do text me at 469-714-7669. And please do like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.